My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Hearthstone, the Dalaran Heist. We're going to be continuing with Violet Hold. And Anomaly is reductive, which reduces the cost of cards in your hand. Alright. So it's at the end of each player's turn, reduce the cost of cards in their hand by 1. So I really want to do the Warrior Undermine deck. Shuffle 2 explosives into your opponent's deck. Thank you to everyone who warned me that the explosives are actually 3 damage rather than 2 damage. And then I also want to take Boomin. So effectively, what this build is I'm just going to fill my entire opponent's deck with bombs. And wait. It's going to be good. Now I have unlocked a fair amount of the stuff for this character off camera. Fair amount? No, I was halfway through unlocking each hero power in my initial run, and then just finished that off camera.
You are in
Turn him over.
way.
Interested in trying something new?
It's at the end of each turn, so I just played that on turn 1 anyway, naturally. So the reason that I want to do, in particular, the Bomb Warrior for this... But hold... Ooh, Annoyatron on ours, and then Hooded Acolyte on theirs. So the reason in particular that I want to use the Bomb Warrior in order to do this is because Bomb Warrior has a lot of synergistic cards they want to play. And it feels like this will be particularly helpful. Enemy has 4 cards in their deck. Let's make a full third of their deck bombs with the Undermine right now. So, like, if you have Augmented Elic and, you know, some sources of bomb shuffling in your hand, you can play them all out really quickly in the same turn. Just keep your combo cards for the right turn. It's effectively a combo deck, right? Is it not? It's a combo deck. The combo deck by any other name, not Bop is hard. Because this is bopping. Improvised. Natural bomb, draw improvised. Dang.
One for you. One.
Didn't want you to take that one. Ugh. Alright, at least Wrench Caliber is in 0 cost for each right now. Otherwise, they'd play Wrench Caliber and remove my Clockwork Goblin. That's fine, the enemy will just run out of deck and then I'll keep hero powering until they're dead, but still. I'm gonna take my 4 armor just because I don't want the enemy to swap into it and then take it that's themselves.
Do you know the secret handshake?
Boom. Boom.
It's an equal exchange.
What's that a line from?
1 for 1. Side effects? No.
What game says boom in like a really low voice? Boom. Can't remember the life of me. That's a lethal right there though. Quickly.
Wow, you're playing with some dangerous ingredients there.
Just had to throw that potion because I wanted to hear Alchemist Wendy say that particular line. Bum 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 bum.
Elixir of Vile. It was Blood Witch Greta's favorite.
The only death rattle in this deck is garbage for us, so we don't want that. I think we take recycling. The longer we live, the less... the longer we live, the more bombs we shuffle into our opponent's deck, and the less chance they have to draw anything that isn't a bomb. So recycling's handy here. Bombs away, Augmented Elic, and... like, draw is really good here, right? Anomaly reductive. The larger your hand is, the more cards you're going to reduce the cost of, the more value you're getting out of it. Boom Master, sure, gets into my opening hand, great. But it hasn't given me anything that actually shuffles bombs into the enemy's deck here. I really hope that Blastmaster actually triggers off of our hero power explosives. Because they aren't technically called bombs, they're called improvised explosives. So there's improvised explosives, bombs, and then burrowing mines, right? Improvised from my hero power, bombs from almost everything else. And then the mines, the burrowing mines are from... What's that creature called?
In my way.
The Iron Juggernaut. 6 mana, 6/5, summon a burrowing mine into your opponent's deck that when they draw, they take 10 damage. So we're going to want copies of things like that. Especially in the early game, before I get to my first bar, so that I have the ability to possibly copy those cards, put them back in my deck. Next turn's hero power. It's not. It's Augmented Elic. Enemy doesn't have the ability to take out the Augmented Elic. There's nothing in their deck, as far as I understand, that has the ability to do that right now. This gives me the ability to Undermine and then Clockwork Goblin next turn. Which is pretty effective. Violet Hold, Arcane Tyrant, pretty garbage. Holomancer. Well, I mean, if you're getting it for free, that's not garbage, but in general, yeah, it is. I'm gonna attack base. And watch the sparks fly.
Just a few scratches.
Come on. Kill him. I have high hopes. Oh, they actually do have a pain in that deck? And they had it in their opening hand as well, by the way. They elected to leave that Elic on the field. Bet if they could go back in time, they might have augmented that play. Blastmaster goes out this time. I mean, leaving the enemy's minions on board is actually great here. Because they all get healed, which means the enemy is going to draw 4 cards. 5 cards at the start of their turn. There's a lot of bombs in that deck. Okay, so it only counts my bombs. It doesn't count my improvised explosives. We're never getting to turn 10, so we cast this early and then get the Iron Juggernaut. Neat. Let's play next turn.
At least I'm watching out for you.
I think the enemy is dead. 1. There's 5 bombs left in that deck of 7 cards. Don't kill the North Share. Perfect.
Sweet.
Your turn.
You're looking better. For now.
Got him. I love that they're still drawing. It's a novel way to deal with that deck, and I like it. You have no natural taunts in this deck, and Mercenaries doesn't really make sense if we're only going to get the Bloodsail Captains. Especially considering we have no other pirates in here yet. Bloodsail Cultist is fine. Buffing the Wrench Caliber is great, but playing a South Sea Captain into a Bloodsail Cultist while the Wrench Caliber is out is 3 cards, and there's 2 copies of South Sea Captain, right? So there's 4 cards, but you require 2 of them, and then the others are an option. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen commonly enough to be something you want to draft. Doomsayer and Brawl are great removal. They're actually going to leave us in a really good position to, especially because they can be 0 cost at any time. Like, I can just Brawl Doomsayer, preventing my opponent from being able to do anything for the next turn, lock them down, kill them the turn after, right? Just this is effectively stall, if nothing else. Taunt isn't the best way for us to stall right now, just because this has wide board clear, whereas we have no other wide board clear. So we'll take All Might. This is unfortunate. What? Okay, never mind. We get one more selection, right? Before we have to go to the bar. So that one more selection is going to be... More copies of Augmented Elic is actually really good, because our hero power is always available to us.
You are in my way.
I'm going to leave both of those in my hand. Having those reduce their costs is some of the most impactful... Oh, beautiful. Some of the most impactful stuff that I can do. So if I pass turn 1, I can Goblin and then Wrench Caliber the turn 2 and 3. Don't even have to pass turn 1. Kieran Tor, that'll lock you out of doing some stuff. Neat. Because you don't have spell damage in that deck. But you do have spells. Bloodhoof Brave. Great. It's fine for me as well. So I might Hero Power this turn, because then I can just Hero Power and Clockwork Gremlin next turn. And then the turn after, Hero Power, Wrench Caliber, blah, blah, blah. You know the drill. Although, I'm only shuffling in Improvised Explosives this turn, and this is going to cost 4 at the end of my next turn, so I can shuffle 2 bombs in instead. And then the Blastmaster is obviously incredible on turn 4. It's actually probably what we're going to do. I can't wait until the enemy gets his Kieran Tor. They won't be able to cast spells. It's going to be good. Or rather, they're going to have a harder time casting spells. Shouldn't be super hyperbolic about that. Clockwork Gremlin. Security Rover recently got buffed though. Muscle. Usually I'd strike base here, but the enemy hasn't got their Kieran Tor up, and I don't really want to have them just combo off here. If I can avoid it. Ideally, don't draw the bombs. Fine. Both Improvised Explosives, happy to draw.
I serve the Fire Lord.
Someday I'll be just like you.
That was the worst case scenario, getting taunt. This isn't great.
Party over there. Wait, no, it's here.
We got really, really lucky on the enemy not getting good Flame Waker hits there, though.
I have an axe to
Boss. Just a board full of boombots.
Let's go everywhere I want to be.
Haha. Let me remove that minion. Bad attack order, Monfrere.
Now we're thinking with portals.
Get him! I was trying to kill my own boombots there. Thankfully, the bombs got my back. So that's our third. Hopefully we get a bombs away pack. Bombs away pack. Bombs away pack. Cross your fingers. Bombs away pack. That's not bombs away. Take an extra turn. Your opponent takes an extra turn after. Hyper Blaster is great for removal, but Continuum Collider might be hilarious. It sets us up really well. We can cast it really cheaply. Golden Candle is going to be an equal effect, right? So the enemy is also going to have all of their hand replaced with random legendary minions that decrease their cost over time, so that's a little bit dangerous. And also, it'll transform my bombs. So it's Hyper Blaster or Continuum Collider. I think it has to be Hyper Blaster. It's better board removal. We've been talking about the fact that we haven't got good single target or all target. Damn it. This is really unfortunate. Mossy Horror Brawl. That's too many weapons. We take All Might. Mechathune is effectively just going to be a minion that stays in our hand until... I mean, ideally we remove it right now.
You aren't taking a break, are you? There's work.
More bombs! I can't just hero power every turn. I mean, I can. But ideally I do. That would actually be a really good the hero power upgrade, Stargazing, so that I can play it 2 times a turn. Augmented Elic. Gang's all here?
Just don't cause any trouble.
No. Refarm isn't actually bad here. Probably going to dismiss the Vicious Scraphound. But there's actually a lot of bad minions in my deck. So I may want to brood before I do anything now. Let's Kindle before we up a hand.
Is something burning
Dr.
in
Boom
here?
scheme is garbage. It's absolute trash. Omega Assembly is at least very good for us in the late game. This grows at such a slow rate. If it upgraded by 2 per turn, it might be useful. Might. I'm not talking about in the meta of ranked, because then Control Warrior would probably run it always. But not here. Not for us.
Well, we get
It's
all
way too
types
slow.
around here.
We don't actually need to reduce the cost of anything, because they reduce their own cost, but whatever. Hopefully we actually get really good enemy minions, because I'm not super into all of these. Like Finja and the Bloodcell Cultist I don't really care about. The other two? Marginally. Get rid of that. Oakheart's garbage for us. Spirit of the Rhino is garbage for us. Lotheb's okay.
Must apply pressure.
Can't do any of those. Good removal. Good removal. Good early game minion. No. And I float 1 gold here. That's really
I'll
unfortunate.
put it on your tab.
Gang's all here would have been incredible. Augmented Elic in the early game. Telltales also would have been really good. Tall Tales even would have been... Sorry, Tell a Story would have been really good. Tall Tales... Tell a Story is +2/+2 to friendly minion for the rest of the round.
You are in my way.
What does work do again?
Exactly where this is going.
I'm gonna mulligan for combo cards. Tall Tales is the... Oh, nice. Tall Tales is the... +4/+4 to a minion, but it costs 2 more for the rest of the run. Probably would have done that on Eternium Rover. Happily, actually. Hero power next time. Okay, yours is Emperor Thaurissan. That needs to die instantly. Bolvar 4 Dragon. It's garbage. Great. And your hero power is a random hunter class secret. Random class secret, not a random hunter class secret. Oof, that's a bit important. I don't think I win unless I basically just keep hero powering here. I also think I'm pretty likely to leave the Augmented Elic in my deck. Sorry, in my hand until I have another way to shuffle bombs into the opponent. I'm definitely going to be using Hyper Blast this turn though.
I want to cast the spell.
Hyper Blast a hero power. Yep. I don't want the enemy to ever be able to heal up from Illuminator here. Hero power Cold Light's pretty good. Still have the Brawl in the deck, and we can actually play that on draw because it has a 2 cost, so 2 cost hero power. There's a Wrench Caliber. So we're gonna gradually like get out all of the results of Hyper Blaster until we can Augmented Elic, Clockwork Goblin, Wrench Caliber, swing hero power in the same turn. going to control the enemy board with those. And draw some extra minions for myself. I suspect we're not getting late enough game to play the Omega here. So I'm just looking for the largest minion available. Iron Juggernaut. Hilarious. Okay, Iron Juggernaut on top of Augmented Elic as well as the Wrench Caliber. We only have to wait. Hero Power? Save 4 mana, so it's 1, 1, 3, 1, 3. I only have to wait 2 turns until I can do it. Great! The more the enemy draws, the less dilute the bombs in their deck are. Oh, look at that mossy horror. What a mossy. There's no need to play anything there. Just gonna be mossy horroring next turn, probably. I am, frankly, entirely incapable of sitting on a seat normally. Just crouching. I'm fine with missing out on one swing of this weapon. Especially because the enemy doesn't seem to have that many big minions. Oh, no, I'm probably using it to remove Emperor Thaurissan, which means I save this all for an extra turn.
Embrace the light.
It's fine by me.
Do you need a blessing?
I can test roll here happily.
It is time to get rough.
Alright, next turn's excellent.
I have foreseen the secrets of the mages.
Gotta remember to play a trash minion first, just in case that secret is explosive runes.
The bow mages,
Or snipe.
of course. Yes, that's what I meant.
It's fine. So the enemy can only take 1 damage at a time because of the animated armor, but we can remove that with a bomb squad. And simultaneously test the secrets that are up there. That said, the secrets will resolve in order. So I suspect that if it's snipe and something else, I'm still going to be in a bad position. So we bomb squad first. It is explosive runes. Then I'm going to Turnium Rover. Because I can. Augmented, Clockwork, Wrench Caliber, Iron, Hero Power, and then attack. Your turn. So he shuffled 2 bombs, 2 mines, and 4 improvised explosives into that deck. It's good. It's good. Guess that'll do pretty okay.
The future holds whispers of the hunters.
Ah, I meant the Staff Hunters.
Was expected.
Hey. Choose your loot. Oh, stop it! Let's take all Midas removal. If I ever get to the bottom of the deck, I can just play Mechathune and then Deathwing in order to win the game. Dag Krulmite. You never kick a man when he's down. Unless you Dag. Heroic mode is for master criminals. All the encounters are more difficult. I would have considered myself a master criminal.
Mr. Chew versus
It seems to claim so might be against one of the first things of being a criminal. You know, not telling people.
You are nothing more than a common bully.
This is fine. Just keep roll for a while. Alright. Violet Hold. Venture Code, great. Hogger is actually also pretty good. Sadly. Alright. Your hero power is 4 damage to a damaged minion. Do I care? Not even slightly. Sea Reaver, when you draw this, deal 1 damage to your minions. What a garbage card. There's a lot of cards that I'm looking at in Dalaran Heist that have been printed, obviously, in other expansions that I'm like, wow, I still can't believe this was printed. Why was it printed? Not because it was broken, just because it was bad. Okay, after this, we get our second treasure. Stargazing is the absolute best treasure we can get.
Speak to me.
Alright. I'm gonna leave the opponent to continue drawing. They've got one more turn and then I'll brawl. I shouldn't brawl. That's gonna summon another 2/2, the Valkyr.
Must apply pressure.
The problem with that summoning another 2/2 is what? Minimal.
The seas belong to us.
So I miss out on being able to do a shuffle there, but this puts me in a position where I actually have something on the board to start contesting minions. Yeah, it's important we have something to contest that Devil's Egg before. Ooh. Mossy Horror is a little bit of a problem right now. I do want the Acolytes still on board. Strike? Strike me? Strike me down, so you may rise stronger than ever. Venture Coast is a bit of a problem right now. When I say a little bit of a problem, I do mean a little. Alright, I'll Wrench Caliber, take you out, hero power. I want the enemy to draw basically their entire deck if I can, so that every time I shuffle a bomb into their deck, it's just almost immediately activated. Kind of do want to wait for the Hogger to activate before I use my roll, though.
My blade be thirsty.
Oh, yes, that thirsty blade. Are you going to strike with the Blood Razor to buff up the thing? Looks like a no. I think they're trying to avoid drawing with the Blood Razor right now. Which is unique. Fine. Got me. I think it's more important I generate this early. Draw you extra minions on purpose. Oops. Forgot to swing with the Revenge Caliber first, would have had more minions on board. That's entirely my bad. Obviously. Whose else bad would it be? Alright, I'm just gonna pass. I don't want to give my opponent extra options for this turn if I don't have to.
It's time for a little blood.
You're terrified of swinging with your minions. I don't understand it. That doesn't kill either of them right now. So this probably goes face, actually. Good bombs. Yeah, it does go face. Alright, so a bomb squad for that removal then. Don't need to do anything else there. It's a lot of damage.
The strong trample the weak.
Good ordering. Kill it. Kill it. Punished. Boom. Didn't even get it 7 in. Verify cold light. Doomsayer Hyper Blaster. Lock the enemy out of doing anything on the boards.
I'm not compensating for anything.
Clearly. I lose 2 minions here, getting me 4 block. Turning him into... Neat. Eternium into that, into that. And when these minions die, I gain 6 block total. If this lives to attack, I gain another 2. That's why I needed recycling. Mossy Horror is really good for taking out that security room here. And everything it summons. Oh, that's so good. Mossy Horror isn't even going to kill any of my own minions now. Oh. Lovely. Just gonna hit face with that 1 damage. Because the enemy draws 2 improvised and they're dead. 1.
I can wait.
It's not enough. That's really good though. I do need to know that the enemy has Gromash. So anytime they have a whirlwind trigger on field, I mean, they also have inner rage, right? So they can deal 12 damage out of nowhere. I need to be aware of that.
You are a formidable foe.
Ish.
You know, it's nice to have someone to talk to.
Perfect immediate response to that. It's nice to have someone to... Stargazing. No. Elixir of Vim? Yes. Extremely Elixir of Vim. Not only for, you know, the whole thing that I wanted to do, but also because... Oh, God. Because Elixir of Vim means that as long as I have Deathwing Mechathun in hand, I win at the end of the game. I just play Mechathun, Deathwing, win. If I haven't bombed him out by that point, that'll do it. I don't want Gather Your Party. That's awful for us. Summon 2 copies of a minion in your deck, that's fine. Gather Your Party is awful because recruiting will take it out of my deck, so I'll miss out on the Death Rattle of Mechathun and the Battle Cry of Deathwing. I do want armor generation, but these are all bad ways to generate armor, like Vicious Scrap Hound, garbage. Mountain Fire, that's fine. They are also extra minions, which is a good way to get armor, just from my recycling. Take it. They're also really low cost, so that I can play them out with the Elixir of Vim. So the most important thing that I can do here is make sure that my deck is balanced to a point that I can play out cards without losing any. Because if I lose any cards, then I might lose Deathwing, I might lose Mechathun, right? So low cost or low end to our deck is really important. Lol. Getting Deathwing and Mechathun here is hilarious. I can recruit Emperor Thaurissan here, and that would actually be a really, really, really valuable minion for us. Okay, let's kindle.
Must apply pressure.
We'll remove Reckless Flurry. We're never going to be trying to remove that. You're all fired? Obviously not. This is our win con on the board right now. These two. Or one of our win cons. I might want to Brood and then try and take a chance just so that I can get those. So it's recruit you, Brood, see if I get a field that I want to fire, but I'm taking a chance to see if I can get the 10 mana minions to cost 1. No, all of that's good. Take a chance. And then done. I don't even have to see what take a chance gets because it's the only thing that I would be doing now. It's fine. So that's most impactful in that if I top deck that card, I can play it. Yeah.
The good lieutenant is this prison's last line of defense.
We need to hold the board more importantly against this lieutenant than anyone else. Just because the minions that the lieutenant capitalizes upon buff one another, so we can't just leave one of them on the field. And as soon as they get high HP, we're in a bad position.
You are in my way.
Yeah, that's my job.
I like that. Good interaction. I give it a thumb. What's up? So Elixir of Vim is draw 2 additional cards a turn. Okay, so that will happen in our draw step, obviously. Here about.
We stand together.
We stand together. We get Wobbling Runts, you get Fen Creeper. Some kind of inequity there. I just need to run minions out of my hand right now. I don't want to be overdrawing. So I'm probably just gonna like augmented clockwork slam. Like cards don't really have a value to me right now. Not at all. It's just don't burn them. That's it. Augmented clockwork Eternium. Ideally I use slam for a kill. Alright, we can start burning minions without a problem here.
Of obliteration.
I'm more than happy for them to kill my minions. It's fine. We are 3 turns from playing Mechathune Deathwing winning.
We stand together. We stand together. Come on then. Put your backs into it.
Uh-huh. Oh, thank you for doing that one, because I can just Black Knight now.
We stand together.
Oof. This does just help me play more stuff. I gotta say, this is an interesting way to win.
Two arms. We'll push them back.
Two arms? Huh. Me too. There's only one card left in there anyway. So 3 and 5 is not possible next turn. Okay, so we actually do have to wait a little bit longer.
Stand together. Hold fast. We can do it.
2 turns, so we got it. I love how over this Sinclair is. That's just good characterization right there. That's just... love it.
None shall rise.
I'll play the cheap one.
None shall rise. Defensive systems online.
And we have lethal this turn.
We're the best.
So, Mechathoon, Death Rattle. If you have no cards in in your deck, check. Hand, well, as soon as I play Deathwing. Battlefield, as soon as I play Deathwing. Whee! Meant to do that.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
We stand together. Consider yourself promoted.
You require my assistance?
Charge, shield, or sparkle.
Forgot about Deathwing.
Can you deal with these intruders? You will not be forgotten.
Charge, shield, or sparkle.
I don't know what to say. I haven't really played much Mechathoon. I said that I've got a Mechathoon Control Warrior, but my Mechathoon Control Warrior has been used 3 times.
I serve
Um,
Fire Lord.
yeah. Forgot that that's how that one worked. Oh well. That's fine. I'm just gonna hero power every turn and win. Some good damage that turn.
We stand together.
Hopefully the enemy doesn't draw any spells, because pretty fragile to that right now. Three turns left on this board. Turn Sorry, next turn, die the turn after. Yep, that's entirely my fault. I batted. Oh well, it happens. See, I don't want to be one of those YouTube channels that's just like, oh, I win every game. Isn't that weird? I'm definitely uploading all of them. I win all the time. Because
I guess.
I don't. I make dumb mistakes as well, and it happens. People make dumb mistakes, yeah. And that was a real dumb mistake. Don't mistake it. That was dumb. What would have worked? Would it have been Mechathune Brawl? No, because I still have to get the minions out of my hand, so I still have to play everything else. And I can't play Deathwing without destroying Mechathune or playing Mechathune or having a minion on board. So Deathwing would have to be summoned from my hand before I drew Mechathune. So that was just never going to work the way that I thought it was. So no matter which way I tried to trigger that with this deck, that was just going down badly. Closest thing would be Doomsayer Mechathune summoned in the same turn. But again, Deathwing has to come out beforehand, so... Oh well. My name has been Rhapsody. I'm just real dumb, y'all. Just like... Wow. I'm actually kind of speechless. Please no flaming. I still have feelings. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Hearthstone. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves regardless. Even if it's to laugh at me. And hopefully we'll see you next time.